So for the baseline, after training up to level 31, we're not quite level 32 yet. I have 1 gold, 83 silver, 50 copper, and I am 41,106 out of 50,800 XP. Got about 2 bars rested and a full quest log full of completed quests, some greens, some yellows, and a couple of oranges. Let's go. What is up, Guardians of Azeroth? My name is Remy the Doggo Druid, or Doggo Hunter now, I suppose. I want to talk a little bit about my planned leveling for my Lone Wolf Hunter here. Just gonna have to fly to Darnassus to get a little training in. I wanted to talk a little bit about what's coming, what's prompted me to do all of this, and hopefully turn this into a nice little series. I got a Hunter. I've never really leveled a Hunter before. I see a lot of people doing like the solo Uldaman Hunter and the Scarlet Monastery Cath Hunter and all of that. That all looks fun, but that's not really what I want to do. I want to try out specs that are outside of the usual. And while Phase 2 of Season of Discovery has been dominated with melee hunters, with the recent nerf to dual wielding spec or whatever it was, I wanted to level specifically a Lone Wolf Hunter, and a couple of things have changed recently in order to make this a little bit more effective. Obviously, a little while ago, they did some changes to the Lone Wolf talent and all of that. I don't want to get into that. I want to talk about these that were published just a few days ago. Chimera Shot increasing by 20%. The Serpent Sting damage from Chimera Shot is increased by 8%, or about 20% damage. The explosive shot and card damage are nice, but those don't really play into this build. This build, this Lone Wolf Marksman style build, is going to be dominated, in my opinion, by maintaining uptime on Serpent Sting as well as high crit rating. And the changes to these skills, I hope, are going to bring it more in line with other ranged classes. I don't know if it's going to get to the melee hunter levels, that certainly not before the nerf, before the melee spec nerf, but at least make them a nice viable opportunity. And I actually found a group that is willing to let me run Lone Wolf Hunter. Specifically, the issue is if you want to use Lone Wolf Hunter, you cannot use Heart of the Lion, right? Lone Wolf is, you deal 30% increased damage with all active pets, all attacks while you do not have an active pet, excuse me. Heart of the Lion is 10% for all nearby allies and 10% for you, which is of all stats, which is a huge, nice buff. You want one of these in your raid for sure, but a second Hunter can easily go Lone Wolf, and that's the kind of the situation that we're going into. And in fact, I kind of want to take another look at the improved Serpent Sting talent. I think this might be a little interesting to me. I'm going to show you the spec that I'm going to go with. We are going to go with aimed shot for our primary rotation, Hawkeye, and then 1 point into there. Mortal shots for sure. And then this is where things are going to get a little hinky. I mean, you need barrage for sure. You don't really want scatter shot, I guess, because it's more of a PvP talent. Same with the a couple of the other ones here. I'm thinking about doing the improved Serpent Sting, extra 2%, 4%, 6%, 8%, 10% damage over improved Hunter's Mark. I'm going to test a little bit of both of these, try to figure out which one is better for us, for me. If we just put a couple into there, and then of course you really need the ranged weapons spec. Just an overall 5% damage increase with all ranged weapons instead of, a possible 10% with Serpent Sting. And then True Shot Aura. True Shot Aura is a nice stacking bonus with Heart of the Lion, so you are being at least some utility to the raid. So that's going to be one of the things that I want to look into right there. Improved Serpent Sting over improved Hunter's Mark. Obviously, if we don't do improved Serpent Sting, we can put them all here, and at most I think we're only going to be able to get 2 or maybe 3 points into improved Serpent Sting, just because all of the other, like this one right here is huge. Like, these talents are huge. Like, you might be able to get, drop Hawkeye. That might be one of the opportunities, but even then you can't get up to this tier unless you have 15 points in. So that's going to be kind of a tough decision there, but we'll play around with it a little bit more. Now, obviously, today, Tuesday, March 5th, we have the XP and leveling quality of life adjustments going in here. You can say what you will about, is this classic, is it not classic? I mean, it's classic plus. It's not regular classic. It's Season of Discovery, right? Bonus XP. I want to figure out what exactly it's going to look like as far as the Dark Rider quest, the sleeping bag quest. I'm going to figure all of that out. I know it's really easy math to look at now, but I'm going to do it and just kind of see where I'm at. that. Mount costs have been halved, pretty excited about that. And then gold from quest rewards up to level 39 have been increased. So what I've done is I've actually got a full quest log full of completed quests that I'm going to turn in right as soon as the patch goes live. I do currently have a pet, and I will be using a pet for leveling. I got a bear named Potato. I know it's not the most optimal, but you know, I enjoy Potato a lot, and we're going to keep using him until level 40 while we're leveling. And also, if we're going to do any kind of solo grinding, you know, grinding for mobs in Uldaman or in Scarlet Monastery, or just, you know, open world farming, we'll continue to use Beast Mastery spec. But once we get into the raiding and the PvP side of things, we're going to stick to Marksman and kind of see what we can do with the Marksman tree. So I'm going to grab a couple of talents and spend a little bit of the gold that I've got here. And yeah, whenever we have a couple of hours, couple of days of work into this guy, we will make another video discussing, you know, some of the things that I like and some of the things that I don't like. Until next time, be good or be good at it. Good luck in Azeroth.